I'm gonna be camping for 24 hours using only $100 worth of gear from REI. REI is notorious for selling expensive camping gear. You go here and you spend 200 bucks on just a sleeping bag and 400 bucks on just a tent. Their most expensive water bottle is 200 bucks. You get pretty much nothing for 100 bucks. So I scraped together the cheapest stuff that I could find. And now I'm taking it into the middle of the woods to see if I can survive for 24 hours. Well, I found my area that I'm gonna be camping in. This is roughly what it looks like. Some trees. There is maybe a foot of snow. I got a high of 29 and a low of 19 tonight. This is the area that I'm thinking about. Nothing too exciting besides it being some trees. I know what you're wondering. How are you gonna fit your $100 tent in this little tree area? Well, unfortunately, given that I only had 100 bucks for this challenge, I do not have a tent. Gotta get started on my shelter, so let me reveal my first item and my only shelter item. This is a 6x8 all-purpose tarp. This tarp is gonna serve a couple purposes. Ooh, that's small. The main purpose that I'm most concerned about is sheltering my eyes from the darkness around me. Who would have known that a YouTube channel called Barely Camping, the guy wouldn't know how to camp that well. This tarp is gonna serve a couple purposes. Second one, holding in a little bit of heat. The third one, wind and precipitation. This tarp was $6, by the way, so that brings our total budget to $6. There's like a foot of snow on the ground, so the first thing I'm gonna do is obviously clear as much snow out as I can. That's enough for what I'm doing, which is just sleeping there. I'm gonna be doing a simple A-frame design with no rope. Let's see if I can get an A-frame. You know, actually I'm kinda hungry, but yeah, that's fine. I'll eat a piece of food. And a water break, which isn't ideal because I don't have a lot of water. REI doesn't have a lot of food and they don't really have any drinks. All the food they have to choose from is like dehydrated meals, like big $10 dehydrated meal bags, or you can get like a bunch of little carb loaded snacks for like hiking and stuff. This is a Honey Stinger Energy Waffle, salted caramel flavored. This was $2. This is like a bunch of the food they have. It's just stuff like this. I don't know if this actually has caffeine. It says it's an energy waffle. Isn't all food energy food? Definitely cold. It's not actually that good, I just wanted to do that. Now for the water. You gotta hear me out real quick. I planned this video like a month ago. Obviously the conditions have changed since I planned the video, but I'll talk about that later. When I first went to REI to like map out my challenge, I was gonna get this 32-ounce Naline water bottle. It was $12. When I went back to REI earlier this week, they were out of stock of that $12 water bottle. This is a 32-ounce Naline water bottle that just has REI branding on it. I paid an extra $5 for it to be branded. I was gonna buy the $12 one if it was in stock. So we're counting this as a $12 purchase, not a $17 purchase. And yes, this is REI water.
Can I fill this up in your guys' bathroom? Yeah.
People are sleeping on REI bathroom water. Let's get building our tarp. I forgot I should review all the food items out of 10. The salted caramel stinger waffle gets a 6. It's really drying my mouth out, and I'm not trying to drink the rest of my water. It gets a 6. Bigger than I thought. Time to go find some long enough sticks that we can use to prop up the ridge line, the ridge of the tent. I think I'm gonna go for more of like a wedge. The back end's gonna be like anchored, and the front will kind of come up like an A-frames. No! I was trying to push this stick down, and it pulled that up. Oh my gosh. I think I gotta rotate the whole tent around. Let's see if we cannot break it this time. Now let's just see if I can get in here without destroying it, because I feel like there's a good chance that's gonna happen. Not gonna lie, that is not too bad. I do like that better than the shelter I had last time, and the only issue I had was that like you can kind of see this line right here. there's too much like tension in the back, so I'm kind of like squeezing for room. The main reason that's an issue is because, well, first of all, I think I'm gonna sleep with my head in the back, so I'm less scared. My main concern with the tension is, yes, I can like wiggle my way to the back. There might be some tension, but I'll be fine. But I'm sleeping on stuff. You don't know that yet, but I am sleeping on stuff. So let me show you what I'm sleeping on, because I gotta get that pushed down into that shelter and make sure I actually have some wiggle room. Let me show you what my next items are. I've also not heard any submarine calls lately, or since I've been here. Makes me feel a little bit more at ease. Yeah, I just heard this like radar sound of a submarine. You guys hear that? My next item is going to be my sleeping bag. This is the Cedar Ridge Alloy 20 degree mummy sleeping bag. This is a polyester sleeping bag. This was on sale online for 52 bucks, normally 70. So obviously I had to order it. It's a 20 degree sleeping bag. I don't know if that means 20 degree comfort level, 20 degree extreme level. Now to go with this sleeping bag, we have this. This is the Cedar Ridge Odyssey sleeping pad. It's normally $30, it was on sale for like 22 bucks, also online. This is actually the same brand as that one, which I just realized not too long ago. This is a self-inflating sleeping pad, so this will keep us off the ground and give us some insulation. This sleeping pad has a R value of 2.6, which is like good for the summertime. This is just the right length to fit the length of that sleeping bag. It is a little longer on the ends. It looks quite wide. This is definitely the best sleeping bag I've had so far on this channel. Now this is a moment of honesty where I need to come clean about something. I planned this video about a month and a half ago when the temperature was maybe a low of 32, not a high of 32. Now that being said, my sleeping bag is gonna be fine. It's gonna be the sleeping pad that is my real issue, because with an R value of 2.6, I'm gonna be sleeping on pretty much just cold ground all night. It's not gonna happen. My body's not gonna stay warm. I did make a second trip to REI, and I did go over the $100 budget. Oh wait, I think I actually showed you everything. I think everything that I just showed you was all I had. Oh no, there was one more thing. I'll show it to you later. But the total of everything that I initially planned on buying for this trip was gonna be $102.41. So $2 over the budget. Then I record a couple other videos, Thanksgiving passes, and I go to film this video and I'm like, there is no way I'm spending the night on a 2.6 sleeping pad. That sleeping pad is meant for the summertime, not snow, and that's when I went back to REI. So let me show you some of the other items that I bought to make this video possible. That's my original sleep setup with the sleeping pad and sleeping bag. Went back to REI and I got this. This is my next item. This is a Nemo switchback sleeping pad. It's basically just another sleeping pad that goes under that sleeping pad. All right, place your bets. Am I spending the night or not? What do you think? What do I think? Yeah, I'm spending the night. Maybe. Maybe I am. I just wish this tarp was bigger so I had some headroom. I know I could do headroom if I had another support pole down on that side. And I know usually your head would go out this end. I don't care, put my head down there. Almost forgot something. If you didn't see last video, I have a non-negotiable, which is basically every video. It doesn't give me a competitive advantage. I'm allowed to bring my inflatable pillow. That's gonna be nice. Tent setup is officially done, so let me give you a little tour. But you walk up, this is where my feet will be. You see it's probably overhanging a little bit at that end, but look how roomy that is. I'm not trying that sleeping bag out now because I have a good feeling that once I get in that sleeping bag and out of it, I'm gonna take the tent with me. So I'll do that in the morning. I'm not gonna touch my shelter until I have to go to bed. When you're camping, you only have to really worry about shelter, food, and fire. I don't need a fire. I'm warm, but I think that's just like a good goal to accomplish when you're camping. So let's get a fire going. Now, I think to do a true REI $100 challenge and actually be under the $100 and spend the night, I think it's a shoplift. These are the Stormproof Sweet Fire Strikeable Fire Starters. The cheapest REI lighter was like 11 bucks or something like that. This was $6.95. The cheapest fire starter at REI. 8 of them in this box. Pretty cool. That was my last item. See if you can guess the error that I made and somehow overlooked this. That little energy waffle is the only thing I actually bought within my $100 budget. That was the only thing of food I bought, and I ate it already. I'm not too sure why I only bought one thing of food, a little salted caramel waffle. Let's just call this the $150 REI challenge. That sounds a lot better. All right, actually, let's actually call this the $165 REI challenge. Because when I bought my first wave of stuff, I spent $102. And then when I went to go back to get the Nemo like accordion looking sleeping pad, I was like, I don't have any food. So I went on a little shopping spree in the REI food section. I will give you permission to comment right now. You're not a man of your word. You're not doing it's not $100 REI food, or let's be quite honest. I could survive out here with $0. I'd probably dig out a little snowbank and cuddle up. I've done that plenty of times before, and I've felt great, and I felt fine. Hopefully you don't mind that I am trying to survive. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, let's continue the $165 REI challenge. I've shown you everything I've gotten but the extra food stuff I bought. So let me go show you the food stuff that I bought. Espresso energy gel, $1.80. Jalapeno cheesy meat stick, $3.15. Cliff protein bar, $2.25. Sesame snaps, 90 cents. Peanut butter and jelly oat ball, $1.71. Wait, I was wrong. This one was $1.71. This is also peanut butter and jelly. This is like a ball one. This is 90 cents. Bobo's peppermint brownie oat bite, 90 cents. Energy chews, these were $2.25. These are pink lemonade. Pumpkin spice oat bar, this is $3.15. Another one of these, $1.35. Now you've seen all my items. The total of everything came out to $165. That's all that I have, I swear. All I've really got to do now is set up a fire and eat my food and drink my water. Before I go get sticks though, I want to eat some of my food just because I don't want to be down in caffeine before. So we've got the Bobo's peanut butter and jelly stuffed oat bite, then both of our caffeine filled items, energy chews and our energy gel espresso. I'm gonna put this gel, I'm gonna try to warm this gel up first. Otherwise it's just gonna be like toothpaste. Pink lemonade. These are good. I guess it's just like normal fruit snacks. Fast fuel. Well, they're organic, so. You guys know me, I'm a health nut. Bold energy chews get a 5 out of 10. They're all right. Now we got Bobo. The one thing I do hate about camping at this time of year is how quickly it gets dark. There's like 14 hours of darkness. So if I go to bed then, I'll get too much sleep. I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. This Bobo bite gets a 7.5. It was pretty good. But the peppermint one and the pumpkin one have to be better. Let's get sticks. Got a small stick pile. These solo videos I enjoy making, but I'm just trying to make videos to make videos. Hopefully soon I'm gonna be making a lot more of those like budget challenge videos where a buddy of mine has a budget, I have a budget, we compete. Those videos are better, like competition is just naturally more entertaining. And I want to make those videos, but I don't have many friends and they're all busy with life right now. I've been just making these solo videos and build up the channel. And it's been working actually. I got 1,000 subscribers now. So you who are watching me do whatever I'm doing, I do like really appreciate it. You're just trying to watch the video. Sorry, I'll stop with this like sappy thank you. But like genuinely, I do appreciate everyone who watches. You don't realize how happy I am that I'm not making another fire with a striker. The fact that I just have a fire starter, unbelievable. Nice. Whoa, that's bigger than I thought. I just kind of want to get a big fire going, clear out this area a little bit, and get enough wood so I can sit here by the fire for the 6 hours of darkness before I want to go to bed. This fire's not going to be keeping me warm. Maybe that's a bad idea. Probably could have had it closer so it reflects some heat up into the tent. Wow, I got a fire started without having to cheat. And that's only because my fire starter was a fire starter. I've got, what, 7 of these left over. I would rate those fire starters a 10 out of 10. Honestly, $6.95 for 8 fire starters, and those are all pretty legit. Small and compact, burn for 7 minutes. I would give those a 10. I still think that for 160 bucks, camping with a high of 30, high of 29 and a low of 19, this is still pretty, like, I think this is still like a good challenge. We'll have to see if I actually spend the night or not. The sleeping pad and sleeping bag being on a discount, like on sale online, was definitely a clutch. All right, let's get some bigger branches. I got this guy over here. I really didn't do much stick collecting when I said I was gonna. Ooh, oh, I totally forgot. I totally forgot that I had that mocha. It smells weird. Ugh. That looks weird. Huh. That is disgusting. What is in this? This is not even being, I'm not gonna eat this. I don't even want the caffeine. That's disgusting. I'd give this a 1. Talking while I was eating my freaking gel. My fire's about to go. I got no more wood to put on it, so. The sun is starting to go down, and I have no sticks on my fire. Can you imagine how much nicer it would be to have like a $200 budget and buy like a bow saw? These are all the snacks I got left. This Stroop waffle, we can definitely eat that. I want to eat this now or soon. Save whatever these are for the morning. Maybe save this peanut butter and jelly for the morning. We'll save this for bed. Maybe the other one for bed too. That leaves us these for the next 4 hours. Let's eat this now because this protein will keep us full longer. Oh, this thing's frozen. I can feel it. Maybe. Where could I set this so that it'd warm up by the fire? Right there. That looks like a good spot. I'll go look for more sticks while that protein heats up. I just fell down the side of a hill. There's a hill over there and it was snowy. And I was like, let me see if I can walk down here. And just went all the way down. And it was so hard to get back up. I was using these as like ice picks, like, oh, wow. Okay, you can see it's getting dark out. This is not as much fun. Okay. I pulled my car up, so it's so much harder to get firewood in the snow. It just sucks because it's like I like making videos, but it gets dark at 5:30 and it gets bright at 7:30, so I don't want to get 14 hours worth of sleep. I pulled my car up so I have something to sit on. I am still going to genuinely try to spend the night. I don't want you to ever think that I'm ever lying about these videos. If I don't spend the night, I'm pretty transparent about it. I was like, what do people do during these 14 hours of darkness? You sleep for 8. That's why having someone else here would be so much more enjoyable. I'm by myself. You know, normally I'd be like, oh, you stay up by the campfire and you just talk and you play games or whatever. Enough of the rant. Let's eat this let's throw the light on the camera and eat this. Whoa. Let's eat this freaking beef stick because I really want this, so I'm gonna eat it. Man, this is another failed video. I'm gonna sit in my car and then once it gets like a reasonable time to go to bed, I'm gonna go in my tent and just pray to God I can fall asleep. I think I'll be able to sleep though, because I think once I get in that sleeping bag, I'm gonna be too cold to get out of it. Forgive me. This channel is in the early stages. 7 videos. I posted 7 videos. This is my 8th video on the channel. Give me 20 videos and then I'll get my crap together. Here is the beef stick. This is like a signaling flare to every bear within 3 miles. Oh yeah, this is jalapeno and cheddar. I don't care who the president is. Can we just make beef jerky affordable? Why is it so expensive? Because it's... Those are coyotes or geese. As long as it's not a submarine, I'm cool. I just hope no one grabs me. Oh shit. This is good though. I mean, like, what? Have you ever had a bad beef stick? No? Oh, it's really good though. I should just become a food review channel. Why did I pick this? I could have just done food reviews. I picked camping in the winter. I gave up on that fire. This is the agenda for the rest. My goal is gonna be beef stick, get in car, get out of car, go to bed, wake up, and then I can like probably get in car, warm up, get out, talk to camera, eat my breakfast, pack up, and do food challenges from now on. 19 degrees out. I'm eating a beef stick and talking to a camera by myself. If I had one more person with me, this would be like cool, you know, we'd be talking like, how's the fire coming along? Go get some more sticks, I'm talking to the camera. Whoever's out there, leave me alone. Let me show you like one last setup before I go in my car. Failed fire. Do that. That's gonna be my stick that I prop up by my head. That's that. And then here's the automobile. That's also the backup sleeper. Okay. Well, next up we are trying the 2 foods I was supposed to save for the morning. Let's try these sesame snaps. These look actually terrible. Is this supposed to come apart? Okay. Looks like bird feed. You can definitely taste the sesame seeds. I guess that's all it is. Maybe brown sugar. This isn't as bad as I thought. I will give these a... I left my water in my tent. I like the texture. I give these a 7 and a 7.6. Next up we have Bobo's peanut butter and jelly strawberry. Looks pretty mid. It's good. I think this camera has a strobe light on it. Not this camera, I think this light has a strobe light effect. Now I am trying the salted chocolate stroopwafel. This is actually a different brand as well than the other stroopwafel. That is a total of 0. That is disgusting. I'm not exaggerating, this tastes like actual cardboard. Like that REI box you saw at the beginning of the video, if I had taken a bite out of that box, it would have tasted actually better than this. The only food that's left is the food that I said I would eat right before bed. And I'm not gonna go to bed for another like 3 hours. Oh my God. What am I supposed to do for 5 hours? I just have like an unlimited amount of darkness before I can actually sleep. Like, oh, you want to get 8 hours of sleep? Wait 6 hours. 6 hours is like half of your day. 6 hours is almost an entire shit. Like a 9 to 5 is almost an entire 6 hours. Plus 2, you're at a 9 to 5. Like, that is crazy. What am I supposed to do? I'll still spend the night, don't worry. Update you shortly. I have this idea and you're gonna hate me for it, okay? I'm gonna drive back to my house so I won't be in the middle of the woods, and I'll just do this challenge in the backyard of my house. It's still the same challenge, but just let me kill some time and drive back to my house and camp in the backyard. Is that fair? Can we agree that's fair? Let me go pack up my crap. This is not how all the videos will go. I'm actually more committed than anything now. This is a cold sleeping bag. Too bad I'm still gonna use it at my backyard. You think you're all that, don't you? Nature. Sleeping pad. I'm just gonna start filming these videos in my backyard. I'm so over this. I'm so bad at these videos. This challenge ain't over yet. I am gonna be the last one standing. This is like the dumbest video ever at this point. Because now it's like, am I really just gonna be camping in my backyard? Like, what has this video come to? This is like just weird. I'll let you know in the morning, I guess, on what I do. See if you can see my tent. I did end up sleeping out here for probably about 4 or 5 hours. And then I did the usual, screw this, I'm sleeping in my bed. I don't know what this channel has really become at this point. I drop 150 bucks in a video and I'm like, I gotta upload it. Well, let me hop inside the sleeping bag and show you kind of what my setup looked like. And it's covered in snow now, but it had already snowed a little bit when I was out here. Can you imagine if I had spent the whole night out here? That tarp would have just closed in on my face. It is really warm in here, and it was last night too. This is definitely the nicest sleeping bag I had. I definitely rated it a 10 for the price. Like, you couldn't have beat it. Last night with that tarp over top of me, I should have had a little bit of ventilation because there was so much condensation that I like woke up and everything around me was wet. Oh shoot, I gotta eat my Bobos. That one's good, I'll give it a 8. My rankings I think are a little too high. I'm starting to realize, I think my scales shifted a little. Here we got our pumpkin spice. This is a limited edition Bobos. That one's good. 9. What, do I end with me packing up my campsite, I guess? In my own backyard? Let's just do that. My water's not frozen. It's cold. Well, I don't know what the outro is going to be because I'm not driving anywhere. Thanks for watching Barely Camping. Peace.